Take a look at today's daily and weekly charts, bullish and bearish breaks. The market made a nice move up into test the 50-day today. We did not close above it, but it's not a bad place where it closed. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel while you're here. Follow us on Twitter at Daytrader Setups and on StockTwits as well at Daytrader Setups. And you'll see this red subscribe button 9 minutes from the end of the video. From that point on is a tutorial that explains the recap grids and some about our chart. So when we show a chart, you'll understand what we're talking about. Other than that, if you understand it all, you don't need to watch the last 9 minutes. Okay, looking at the markets, we made a slight gap up this morning. We did go up and test the 50-day on all the charts. Here's your SPY, tested the 50 days, your overhead trend line. That looks like it could be drawn a little better right here. It's the overhead trend line from this last probably 20-day move we've had here. And this is, of course, your bigger trend line. We can get close to that. But we are closing right above this on the SP 500, which I think is way more important. We're closing just below, but really, for all practical purposes, we're closing there at the line. We did test the 50-day a couple of times today. This is the adjusted new 50-day. Yesterday's was up in this 81 area. So when we first went up, we went about to yesterday's 50-day, and we pulled back, and then we based along there right under that line for a while. We tried it again, got back to this previous high, which was actually from the 30th. The high was 2682.92. Today's high was 2683.35. So we went up and touched that high from the 30th of April, and that's where we stopped at. So this is getting back to, that's the chart right here. There's your 30th. It also kind of coincided with Trump talking about announcing the Iran decision tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And that's about where that sold off at. I expected us to sell off if Trump didn't say anything, so it really didn't matter, I don't believe. But we did close well. This is not unusual to have a day like this when you're into these levels that really matter. And this really matters. If we don't get through here, we're probably going lower. Now, that being said, let's look at my futures charts. My trading package expects a pullback here. So as this rises, right now it's up to 2639.18. It'll continue to rise as this falls down, probably intersecting the 42, 45 area. I'm just having to guess at where these two will collide. Could be 45 or 6 area. Usually this will fall about 2 times the amount this will rise, and they'll meet. So keeping that in mind, I'm expecting the pullback and then the bounce off this rising green line, which 26, say 49, put you right in here. So we would be bouncing off this lower trend line, which did not take into account this big wick down we had the other day. If we move this down, I didn't mean to move that, it's supposed to be on my 200 day. So I expect us to hopefully hold this right here, and then we can go on up. If we fail this area and then we fail the 200, we're probably going down, and I don't know how far we're going down. So we're definitely not out of the woods yet, but I expect the pullback and the bounce is what my future chart right now tells me on this next couple of days. We may bounce, go right back to the 50, fail again. We could bounce right here, go back to this upper trend line, hit it, and reject and sell off. So we just have to see what all this brings, and the Chinese tariff talks and so forth and so on. We had a pretty much all day choppy market. This was our original open, and the AD lines started up, went sideways here, mostly on the market during this time right here. The market really didn't rise a whole lot, and then we just chopped sideways on the SPY, even though the advanced decline lines were rising. Now this is where the market turned, and when it turned, was right about here as well. That's when the SPY actually dropped pretty hard during that just a very short period of time, 30-40 minutes. Some pretty good trades right in there if you're day trading and you were paying attention. Take a look at these charts lists here on these watch lists. We only had one weekly bear break. Day's Monday, first day of the week. It was an earnings play, and this is stock that usually performs pretty well. It's the first time I can remember it not reacting well to earnings. And these are your daily bear breaks. Got one we just talked about on earnings. You got earnings probably after hours or tomorrow. I guess tomorrow on this. And looks like I think it's T-Mobile had earnings. This is a daily, so it wasn't a terrible day on the down, but it did go back into, it was already in the bear and it went back into the bear today. Your bull breaks, you had two stocks, energy related. Energy had a super strong breakout this morning. Just about anything you want to pick out, PSX, PXD, among many others. SRE had earnings that gapped down and went straight up for about $3. I remember that one as well. This was your opening bar here, 15-minute, and it went up about $3 right off the open, maybe even more. If you break it down on a 3-minute, a lot of action on this chart today, and is in the energy sector as well. And your daily bulls, you had a handful of stocks as well, breaking out into the bull zone. Some of these are consolidation breaks, some of them are accelerations, or not really in a consolidation. And continue to watch these stocks and see what they do on their own. A lot of stocks are trading independently. I don't know if you can swing trade them all or not. Some of them you could enter a swing trade position, you get a big move up, and you got a free trade for another day or two. We'll get over and look at the recap on the last 4 days stocks and see how they are holding up. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System Charting Package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted, not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. Got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived, You can come in and try the 7-day trial, no outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. Going to look at the bears first. These were the carryovers from Friday. Some of them continued down. That were probably energy related. You can see the ones that are still strong to the downside and the ones that held. Now a stock like this that held but it's still in the bear zone, it could just be hesitating and heading down more tomorrow. I do not actually see a support line on this stock right here, and it did lose the 50-day, it looks like several days ago. Excuse me, that's not right. Been lost 50-day. Next column over was 3 days ago. Quite a number of stocks on this 24 stocks was on that list. That's all of them in view there. You can see the ones that continue down with strength and still got momentum and staying in the newly calculated bear zone as they continue down. We'll move this up where you can see this full list going back 4 and 5 days ago. See the stocks that are still weak or strong. The biggest sector of strength today was energy, I believe, and the biggest weakness was retail. A lot of retail stocks sold off very fast this morning. These are a few stocks that are still down in these areas and maintaining momentum. When you got big up days, it's hard to maintain much downside momentum. That's why you really short. Active trading, if you are swing trading, it's just a day or two at the most. It looks like right now it still continues to be setting up that way where the market's active. We'll look at the bulls. We've had 3 up days, so these are the stocks that probably performed the best. This was Friday's bull release. This was how they did today. Several good continuations, others just small, and we had to pull back into the day. I think this was probably earnings right here on this one from 2 days ago and then pull back today. That don't mean it don't go up tomorrow. Not a lot of big movements today in most of these. This is going back 3 days ago. You can still see where your momentum and your check marks, and at the end of the video explains what these bars mean. And we'll go down and look at 4 and 5 days ago, see what's still continuing. You still got several stocks that are grinding along. You can see that ADP is hitting some old highs here, so it's running along there with those. PANW continues. It broke out 4 days ago, and you can see how they can pull back, and it's back up in the bull zone again today. Get this last 5 days ago list for you up here. TTWO's had one heck of a run. This was all crazy, and it's caused by that other stock in that same sector getting halted on Thursday. Very hard stock to day trade. And that winds everything down on this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter. Check out our active trader setups, trading package, charting package that's available through NinjaTrader. It's a subscription base that puts the prices to trade right on your charts. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockTwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 charting, and you can learn more about our STS pivot system charting package. Thanks for watching. This is a tutorial on our recap sheet. What you will see here is this column here is the weekly list. It's at the beginning on the weekly bear and bull breaks, the daily bull breaks and bears, depending on which one we're looking at, and then you will have 5 days following. First day, second, third, fourth, fifth. So what's here today will be here tomorrow. We'll shift over to here, then to here, then to here. So you got 5 days you can go back and look. The price here, you got the bull zone trigger price, 36.80. This is the price of the profit since this alert. This is the net change on the stock for today. So tomorrow when this shifts over here, this number will be the same where we triggered it at. That number will stay in here for 4 days. The profit will be shown based on the current price of the stock in the day compared to this price on the alert. Like for instance on this stock, $3.48 profit from this break based on this close price, up 92 cents today. This number is the profit at the high since we alerted it. It's the most profitable it's been. It got up to $4.27 profit, pull back, closed at $3.48. As you go on over, like this stock here, SMTC, this was the break. This is the profit so far since the first day, $5.61 4 days later, and at the peak it was $6.31 profit. That's what these columns mean. The next part you'll find is this yellow line. It represents what I'm going to show you over here in just a moment, momentum. It can be on a bull or a bearish chart. And then trend stability, if it's green, it represents on the bulls, and the bears will show a red line for trend stability. The last part you'll want to know about, there's these check marks. They represent the bull zone as it progresses higher. Could be the same as yesterday. Down here, this could be the bull zone that's gotten higher and higher and higher as this stock went along, and it means it's still maintaining the bull zone levels. Even the new ones, it's staying above them. This is what the bear grid looks like. Looks the very same. Got the weekly, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you got a chance to see the stability of the trade. You know if it was up or down today after winning a bear zone the day before, the stability, the momentum, and the bear zone level with the check mark. In the video, we will take this page and we will slide these up and down so you have a chance to pause the video and see every single stock that's in the list. Then we'll move it up where you can see these items, and you can pause the video, and then you can see every single symbol in the list. You can go to your charts and look up what's going on. So that's what's in each one of these grids. The current day, day before, day before, day before, day before. So going back 4 days, you got your weekly there. And all this is right here is something I prepare for myself. I take this day, and this day, combine them into this watch list every day, and that's what I carry forward over to my scanners. And just a quick part about what we mean by these levels changing. This is the bull zone level that the check mark represents, the stock staying above. But the bull zone level when this stock broke out was way down here. This was the first breakout, and then as it recalculated our bull zone, that's what the green check mark means, is it's maintaining momentum. The yellow line represents this line that is our minimum momentum indicator used on down or up trades, and then our bull zone levels where it first broke out. And that's all these mean. Trend stability, this is a line we use here, and we come in and we call it trend stability, and that's what this represents here. This line is solid green rather than dotted. It's something we look at on the lows of the day, not being low enough for us not to qualify it for trend stability. So that's all these columns mean. So you'll be able to refer to the strength of the stock that is maintaining high enough lows to stay trend stable, what the profit is if you're staying above the bull zone. That's how you'll use this, and that's your tutorial on the grids. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. you need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean, and you'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50 period moving average, this orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here, and the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started.